Hey guys, let's answer question number 1. Graph the triangle ABC with vertices that gives us the 3 coordinates. Then rotate the triangle 180 degrees clockwise about the origin and list the new coordinates. So let's label the y and the x. Y, x. So 1, -6. Right 1 from the origin, down 6. 1, -6 is right there. 7, -6. Right 7, down 6. 7, -4. Right 7, down 4. So there's my triangle. Let's label it. So we got A, B, C. Now, normally for rotation, the way I do it in class, I would actually have the students turn the paper, see what it would look like, write down the coordinates, and then turn it back and then graph it. But on the computer, we can't do that, right? So I think it's most effective to talk about the mapping notation when we're rotating without actually turning the paper. So it wants us to do 180 degrees clockwise. So clockwise means to the right, like a clock, right? So we're turning this 2 turns. 90 would be 1 turn, 180 would be 2 turns, and 270 would be 3 turns. 360 would take me all the way back to the beginning, or to the original, right? So 180 degrees clockwise, I'm going 2 turns to the right. I know it's going to end up, right now it's in quadrant 4. I know it's going to end up in quadrant 2. But to get that to happen, let's talk about the mapping notation. So for 90 degrees, I'm going to write it off to the side here. 90 degrees, the y and the x change positions, and the x changes signs. So the mapping notation is y -x. The x and the y change positions, they swap, and the x value changes signs, right? For 180 degrees clockwise rotation, the x and the y stay in the same positions, but they both change signs. So it's -x, -y. So the x and y don't change positions, but they both change signs. And for 270 degree clockwise rotation, the x and y change positions, and the y changes signs this time. So I think when we're not actually turning our paper, it's easiest to think about it like this. So for this one, we're doing 180 degree clockwise. So I know that let's put our new coordinates, A prime, B prime, C prime. They're not, so for A, the x and y are going to stay in the same positions, but they're both going to change signs. So instead of +1 for x, it'll be -1. Instead of -6 for y, it'll be +6. So they stayed in the same position, but they both changed signs, right? For B, same thing. Keep them in the same position, but change the signs. So 7 is going to become -7, and -6 is going to become +6. And for C, it's going to be -7, +4. So now that I change them, I can go ahead and graph them. Let me change the color here. So -1, 6, -7, 6, and -7, 4. So we had A prime, B prime, C prime. Let's connect them. So you can see 2 turns to the left, right? The A is still on the inside. It flipped it over, right? Are the triangles congruent? Yeah, we just turned it. It didn't change size or shape, right? So yes, the 2 triangles are congruent. And describe the rotation of mapping notation. Well, we wrote it over here, right? For 180 degrees, it's going to be -x, -y. The x and y stay in the same position, but they both change signs. All right, I hope that helps.